Evolution Wizard in a nutshell. Wizard will be the next evolution coming to Clash Royale. You can find him in the Diamond Pass, which if you will be buying, I would appreciate if you can use code Abdod to support the channel. Now this evolution is insane because it can literally survive Rocket and Lightning. However, lucky for us, it does not survive both of them at once. He is a one cycle evolution, which means you can play him more frequently, and his evolved state does not offer any more stats than the normal wizard at all. This is mainly to go with the recent balancing direction, as the devs are taking away the extra stats slowly and focusing more on the mechanic of the evolution itself, which is a 10 out of 10 decision. And the mechanic of the wizard is when deployed, he has a fiery shield, which is what makes him survive spells. Obviously, this doesn't mean it's okay to play him recklessly, as giving too much spell value to your opponent is just wasting his shield over nothing. His shield barely has enough HP to survive arrows, which suggests that small spells won't take it down, but big spells will definitely do. On top of it, when broken, the fiery shield explodes, killing skeletons and killing minions and everything in between those when it comes to HP count. This means if he's approaching your tower on his own after a defensive sequence, it isn't safe to surround him with bats or skeletons, as the shield will take them out. Instead, you're better off distracting him with a cheap tank and have your tower slowly take him down. Now for the troops with enough HP to survive the shield, it would knock them back 3 tiles away from the wizard. Bro is playing golf over here, I'm so dead. This doesn't apply to heavy troops like P.E.K.K.A, so it's safe to play her directly on him. Also, the shield explosion is a passive, so things like E-Giant doesn't stun him when hit by the explosion. And when using Monk against him, the explosion will hurt your troops instead of his troops. That also applies to freezing or zapping him, as it still goes off regardless of his state. It's clear that this evolution is meant to be used in heavy decks, as the shield explosion can make certain pushes nearly impossible to stop. For example, the damage from it can assist in taking out skeletons and bats, allowing you to save your zap for Inferno Towers. The pushback from the shield can also push away enemy troops into the giant to keep your supporting troops safe, or depending on where the enemy plays his troops, they might get pushed away so far, buying the wizard more time to take them out. The pushback can even reset Inferno Dragons, which, come to think of it, is not that consistent, but it can be helpful to know. He's not only good on offense, but also great on defense. His shield allows you to be confident that your 5 elixir investment will gain value, as it is impossible to take him out with spells without a very negative elixir trade. And against lava miner pushes, if you place him right here, he becomes immune to miners. A miner behind him will be pushed onto the king tower, activating it and giving you a massive edge in battle. A miner on his right will be pushed onto your right tower and will stop targeting the wizard. A miner on his left will be pushed to the left tower. Do you even realize how insane this is? However, a miner in front of him will move back to the wizard, but the knockback is too strong. Even my grandma has enough reflexes to protect the wizard. And against lava loon pushes, if you found yourself in a difficult situation like this, you can place him in the middle of the action, as his shield explosion kills lava pops and pushes everyone else back. And against golem, sometimes they tend to nado your wizard into their push. However, with the new evolved wizard, it doesn't seem like it's a good idea for them to do that. It may even be a very bad idea if they had a ton of bats stacked from their Night Witch. All this got me thinking, how the hell do you even defend a push like this? Realistically, your game plan should involve getting rid of the shield first, so he becomes a regular wizard, and we all know that the wizard is a walking negative elixir trade, because with it being there, you wouldn't be able to tank and spank, as your swarm cards will just evaporate. And you can't take him out with something like a Valkyrie, because she will be yeeted out of existence. And using a heavy spell is most of the time just not worth the elixir trade. The only spell worth using is Royal Delivery. Not only does it one-shot his shield, but the explosion also doesn't take out the recruit's shield, making the spell a very effective counter. This also applies to the royal recruits, as their shield will completely waste the explosion and still be up as if nothing happened. You can also use the Barbarian Barrel, as the barrel damage plus a Barbarian hit is enough to take it down. However, it's not consistent and can be blocked easily if they have any supporting troops. Another way to take out his shield can be splashing onto him. Things like Mortar and Firecracker can pierce into him, damaging his shield, and if they didn't take it out fully, you can just finish it off with a log and counter him normally. Other examples can be Executioner and Bowler, which are more likely to fully take down his shield on their own. And the cheapest, most effective method I found was the Electro Spirit log, which is both effective and easy to land. And as mid-ladder people say, when in doubt, Mega Knight. Against towers, the princess can't take out his shield quick enough, so surrounding him is not effective. The Cannoneer does one-shot his shield, so you can counter him normally if you use that tower. And Dagger Duchess does actually take it out in time, but the timing is so tight, it feels like it's frame perfect, so I don't know if I recommend that to you. I did not know where to show the emotes and banners, so I'll have him here on the end screen if you are interested in them, my dude.